You seriously need to start making more of an effort, Greta.
Maggie, what do you mean?
With Chad.
Chad? What about him?
Is he really my grandson?
Yes, of course he is.
He doesn't even say hello to me when we walk past each other on the street. Not only that, but he won't even look at me. How on earth are you raising that boy for his manners to be this bad?
Huh? But when I go out on walks with Chad, he always says hi to the neighbors. He's usually so polite. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what? I don't need him. What value is a boy who's all smiles when it comes to a bunch of neighborhood strangers, but can't even say hi to his own grandmother? You may as well have him adopted if this is how he's going to act. Please start taking my reputation into consideration from now on. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it would be if any of the neighbors saw my own grandson ignoring me?
Maggie, I told you this before, but my son isn't some tool to boost your reputation. You wait outside the gates after school, snatch him away from his friends, and force him to carry your bags. You never stop talking about how he's going to Harvard and make him spend nearly all his free time with private tutors. Have you ever stopped to consider that maybe he's just avoiding you because he doesn't like the way you treat him?
I've never heard such cheek. How dare you speak to your mother-in-law like that?
Believe me, I want him to like his grandma too. But if you insist on continuing to treat him like this, I seriously doubt he ever will.
Are you saying I'm at fault here? That's simply not true. I've been around a lot longer than you, young lady, which means I know a damn sight more about the world than you do. The problem here is your parenting, plain and simple. If you were teaching him the proper manners, this wouldn't be happening. The first step is to acknowledge your flaws as flaws, Greta. You'll never make any progress if you carry on living in denial.
Right. Sorry.
Anyway, do you have a date for the birth yet?
Huh?
Graham told me. He told me you're pregnant again. Why didn't you tell me first? To think you'd keep your own mother-in-law in the dark.
Sorry, I've been so busy lately I've barely had time to think.
Oh, this is what I mean when I talk about your flaws. You really should be working on improving this aspect of your personality. Let me make one thing clear. You absolutely will be giving birth to a girl this time. I won't forgive you if you give me another boy.
You won't forgive me? That's totally out of my control.
Yes, I won't forgive you. I think you know why, too. What do you plan on doing if you pop out another rude, disrespectful brat like Chad? What this family needs is some brightness and warmth. All you've done is provide us with misery so far. I know you can do this, Greta, so don't let me down, okay? By the way, if it is a girl, I will be naming her. Make sure you don't go sticking your nose in and trying to influence my decision, okay?
Excuse me? You'll be naming my daughter?
Of course. I've dreamed of having a little granddaughter for so long now. But me and my ex-husband got divorced very quickly and Graham is my only child. But remember, as his wife, you are technically my daughter, so you're obliged to defer to me on naming rights.
So basically I should just keep my mouth shut while you pick my daughter's name for me?
Exactly. See, you get it. Perhaps you're more intelligent than I thought.
You can't be serious. Surely a child's parents should be the ones who decide on a name.
A mother-in-law's word is absolute. If you won't acknowledge that simple principle, you're not even doing the bare minimum required for me and you to have a positive relationship. I suggest you think long and hard, young lady. Anyway, this isn't a discussion. What I say is final. Make sure you take Graham with you every time you go to the hospital for a scan. Since you can't be trusted to communicate with me properly, you can take my son with you. I want to know whether it's a boy or girl as soon as you two get the news. Do I make myself clear? It's a boy, isn't it?
Yes.
You really are the most useless wife of all time. How many times did I tell you to give us a girl? Graham is sick and tired of you too.
Maggie, listen to me. Whether my child is a girl or a boy makes no difference to me. I'll love it all the same regardless of gender. But seeing my husband screaming and shouting like that at the hospital today was honestly terrifying.
Graham was shouting?
Yes, stuff like, "Why isn't it a girl?" and "Do something about this, you useless quack of a doctor." Then he grabbed the doctor by the scruff of the neck. When he was done giving the staff what for, he turned on me, yelling in my face till he had nothing left to yell. Then he just went home on his own. Why the hell is a child's gender so important in the first place? I don't know what to do anymore. Graham's supposed to be the one I can rely on the most in the world, but I feel like I barely recognize him anymore. Please, will you talk to him for me?
Not a chance.
Huh?
Oh, what do you mean, huh? As far as I'm concerned, Graham did nothing wrong. We've been telling you we want to have a daughter since forever. And what did you go and do in spite of that? We also made it very clear to the doctor from day one. Not just that, but I've been phoning him every day ever since just to make sure he got the message.
You did what? You phoned the hospital every single day?
Of course I did. The incompetence astounds me. To think we went out of our way to make sure both of you had ample warning and still managed to fail in your duties. You should be ashamed of yourselves. He's a hack, and he deserves to have his license revoked. Isn't it only natural that someone so bad at their job should be yelled at? My son did nothing wrong. Hospitals are ultimately businesses after all. Why the hell do they exist in the first place if not to meet customers' needs?
Wow, I'm in total disbelief here. The gender of the baby was nothing to do with the doctor. Do you really think he has any influence over that?
Medical technology is very advanced these days. Advanced, I tell you. There must have been something he could have done. I advise you to stop giving unsolicited opinions on matters you don't understand. But wow, Greta, seriously, another boy? Oh, Lord, give me strength. At least tell me you're having him aborted.
My God, what's wrong with you? I'd never do that.
Fine, then we have no choice. You forced my hand. The boy will be having a sex change.
Huh?
Oh, you hear about it all the time. People who identify as females despite being born in male bodies. They have operations to turn them into girls so the exterior matches how they feel inside. See to it that he has the operation as soon as he's born. If money's a problem, I'll cover it, so don't worry about that. Well, what do you think? Greta, are you there? Are you reading my messages?
Sorry, I had the sudden urge to throw up.
Oh, come on, you're such a whiner. It's only a bit of morning sickness. You've done this before, surely you should be used to it by now.
No, it wasn't morning sickness that made me feel like vomiting. It was you. You're absolutely disgusting.
Excuse me?
No one in their right mind would seriously think it's a good idea to make a newborn baby have a sex change operation. First of all, you're only saying that for your own selfish reasons. You literally have no regard for what he himself might want. It's genuinely sickening.
Oh, get off your high horse, you stupid bimbo. I wish my son never met you. If you think you're going to get away with speaking to me like this, you've got another thing coming. I have some tricks up my sleeve, you know. You'd be a fool to underestimate me.
Do whatever you want. I don't want to have anything to do with any of it.
Greta, is everything okay?
Hey, Mom, what do you mean? Did something happen?
Your stuff's here.
Huh? Did something happen?
Your personal belongings just arrived at my house. I assumed it was you who sent them.
What?
What? You mean it wasn't? You didn't know anything about this.
No, it's the first I've heard of it. I'm at work today. When you say my personal belongings, what exactly do you mean?
A moving company showed up with about 10 cardboard boxes full of your stuff. They're labeled stuff like clothing, furniture, accessories, everyday items.
What the?
Don't you have any idea who could have done this? It couldn't be. Wait, how are things between you and Graham? Are you two getting along?
Mom, can I come stay with you at your place today? I have the next 2 days off work.
Of course. That's fine, darling. If you want to talk about something, I'm here, okay? Greta, did your belongings arrive at your mother's house yet?
I knew it. It was you.
Aren't I just the worst? But really, what did you expect? Graham's got my back on this one. He agreed it was the right thing to do. The divorce papers should be arriving by post tomorrow, so make sure you get them signed and submitted ASAP.
Divorce? That's something for me and my husband to decide in private. We haven't even discussed it yet. Surely you can't be serious.
Graham's the one who asked me to send them to you in the first place. Don't shoot the messenger. He said he had nothing to say to you, so he asked me to tell you instead.
I see. And where do you propose the kids fit into all this? Did you think about that?
The kids? Oh, those useless brats. What good are they to us? You can have them. You can raise brat number 2 by yourself as well. My son will be paying the bare minimum he's required to in child support, so don't worry about money.
See. Fine. I'll sign the divorce papers immediately and hand them in tomorrow.
Well, would you look at that? Look how she changes her tune the moment money is mentioned. Oh, you're so transparent. It looks like you are only getting your grubby mitts on my son's money all this time.
Don't make me laugh. I don't want your money. My dad sat next to me right now and he saw all your messages. He told me to cut both of you out of my life immediately. And you know what? I think that's a great idea. So that's what I'm gonna do. He told me he'll be looking out for me financially from now on.
Your dad? He was involved in real estate, right? I remember Graham telling me something about him owning a lot of property on the West Coast. He also told me about how, in spite of that, he hasn't helped the two of you out financially even once since you got together.
That's because he wanted us to know the hardships of earning money and learn to get by on our own merits. He thought we'd never learn anything if we had everything handed to us on a plate. And I agree. Don't get me wrong, things were difficult at times, but I feel like I'm a wiser person for it. Anyway, now I'm bringing in a little money on my own, too. With a little financial support from my dad, I'll be absolutely fine if I never received another cent from either of you, and that's what I intend to do.
Have it your way. Look at the way you speak about us. Anyone would think me and my son had done something wrong. But there's where you're mistaken. The only one in the wrong here is you. You, the worthless wife who couldn't produce a girl. You had one job.
Tell me, Maggie, why are you so obsessed with the gender of your grandchildren?
Isn't it obvious? If it's a girl, we could have her take all kinds of lessons from a young age. Singing, dancing, piano, acting. We could raise her into the ultimate superstar actress. Then one day, when she makes it onto the big screen and she's a household name in America, she can buy me a big, luxurious mansion by way of thanks. I saw a similar story on the news just recently, in fact. With Graham's good looks and my high intelligence, she'd have beauty and brains in ample supply. I really think she'd have what it takes to go the distance. But no, those hopes and dreams were dashed against the rocks by this abject failure of a wife.
I've had enough. I'm struggling to even bring myself to reply to you anymore. You're the most selfish person I've ever met.
Whether parents or grandparents, everyone has a responsibility to show gratitude towards the people who raised them. Oh, and you've made your decision now, which means you better make sure you don't pester us for money after this. You had your chance and you blew it.
I told you very clearly I don't want your money. With that out of the way, I think we're done here. Never contact me or my family ever again. I want nothing more to do with either of you.
That's my line. How fortunate for me and Graham. We get to cut you out of our lives like the tumor that you are without even having to pay a cent. Goodbye forever, you useless good-for-nothing. Edith, my, oh my, it's been a while. How have you been? Oh, it's me, Maggie. You know, the exceptionally kind woman who allowed your tragically useless daughter into her family for a little while.
I see. My daughter told me you'd never be contacting me again, so I didn't know who it was.
Well, you see, that was my intention, but things have changed. I messaged you because there's something I urgently need to talk to Greta about. I couldn't get through to her number, so I messaged you instead.
I see. What is it then? Why do you want to talk to my daughter?
Well, you see, here's the thing. Graham got married last year.
Oh, he did? That's amazing news. Congratulations.
No, it's not amazing news at all.
Excuse me?
His new wife is just awful. I've never met anyone with such a rotten personality. She seems hell-bent on making an enemy of me. On top of that, she's the one who wears the trousers in the relationship. She turned my poor Graham into her own personal worker drone slave. Even he can't make her see sense.
I see. That's a real shame.
But wait, that's not even the half of it. The most unbelievable thing is that apparently she can't even have kids.
Oh, really? Well, there are all sorts of couples around these days. I suppose that's just the modern age for you.
Oh, that's not the point. I wanted Graham to provide me with a little girl more than anything. Surely it's a wife's duty to meet her mother-in-law's expectations. Oh, good grief. Anyway, now you understand the awful situation we're in. I'll get to the matter at hand. You see, I was wondering if your lovely daughter Greta would get back with my son.
Excuse me?
Let's face it, I'm not the spring chicken I once was. I'll probably be in need of care within, 10 years? I'd have to be delusional to think there was any hope of his current bitch queen of a wife looking after me.
So basically, Maggie, what you're saying here is that you want my daughter to get back with your son so she can change your diapers when you get old?
Oh, why do you have to put it like that? Anyway, that's not the only reason. Look, if you get her to come back, me and Graham will accept both of their boys back into the family, and they can finally be raised by their mom and dad together. We're even willing to overlook the unfortunate fact of their genders. How does that sound?
I don't even need to bother my daughter with this nonsense. The answer is obviously a big fat no.
What?
Besides, you just told me he's married. What about his current wife?
Well, naturally, I'll be having him divorce her. A woman like that is simply not suitable to be part of our family.
Lucky girl. I wouldn't wish the misfortune of being part of your family on my worst enemy.
What's that supposed to mean?
But really, if anything, you're the ones who aren't suitable for my daughter. Greta won't be having anything to do with either of you again, just like she's already told you very clearly.
So that's how you're going to act, is it? I see the apple didn't fall far from the tree. You're just as bad as her. Your manners are abominable. You're so arrogant. It's about time someone knocked you down a peg. Fine, have it your way. I'm never contacting you again, and don't think I'm bluffing this time, I mean it.
Wow, really? Thank you so much.
Oh, what good is a wife who can only produce boys anyway? Good riddance.
Oh yeah. One last thing before you go. It's about the baby. Her name's Angelica.
WTF?
Like Greta came up with it all by herself. You know, because that's what parents do. Isn't it just beautiful?
Wait, what? Just wait, can you confirm something for me?
Sure.
You're talking about the baby that was born just after the divorce, aren't you? That was a boy, wasn't it?
Nope, girl.
What?
Oh no, don't tell me you didn't know.
Obviously, I didn't know. The doctor himself told me it was a boy.
Ah, of course. So get this. It turns out the image on the ultrasound at our first checkup was blurry, which means the doctor got it wrong. He realized his mistake after the third scan. My beautiful granddaughter. She's the biggest bundle of joy you could ever lay eyes on. Chad and her grandpa absolutely dote on her.
I don't believe it. That kind of thing actually happens? You're lying. You do realize I can find out whether what you're saying is true very easily, don't you? Just come clean.
Let me just stop you there, sweetie. You are absolutely not, under any circumstances, welcome at our house. Okay? I could send you a photo to prove I'm not lying. But, actually, you know what? Why do I even need to prove anything to you? You mean nothing to me or my daughter, and really you shouldn't even be speaking to me right now. I'd feel bad for little Angelica to have someone like you even seeing a photo of her, so I'm gonna pass on that one.
Don't mess me around, Edith. Is she a girl or not?
Yep. Anyways, if you'll excuse me, I have to go and pick the kids up from school.
Wait! Edith, please.
Excuse me?
I'm being bullied by my new daughter-in-law on a daily basis. I've taken to the bottle. I barely eat or sleep. Please. My son's no use either. She's got him wrapped around her little finger. I think they may actually end up kicking me out of the house at this rate.
Oh, no.
So please, Edith, won't you and Greta welcome me into your family?
You can't be serious.
I mean, it's hardly fair to make me a pariah, isn't it? Little Brad and Angelica are my grandchildren, after all. Let me live with them. You wouldn't deprive them of their grandmother, would you?
Maggie, your grandson's name is Chad. Anyway, you must be joking me, right? This is all a joke, isn't it?
Yes, I meant Chad. My lovely, darling Chad. Oh, please, Edith, why would I joke about something like this? I'm 100% serious. I'm begging you here. If we weren't messaging each other, I'd be on my knees right now. Oh, so what do you say? Will you persuade Greta for me?
Persuade her? The answer is no. You'll never set foot in this house again. Do you have no recollection of how awfully you treated my daughter?
Oh, that's ancient history. Get over it already. I want to see my grandchildren.
You're the one who wanted nothing to do with them in the first place. You have no right to be part of their lives anymore.
Oh, you stubborn old hag. Who do you think you are? Look at you trying to keep my grandchildren all to yourself. You're the worst. I can't get by as a woman on my own. If my daughter-in-law kicks me out, I'm finished. I'll be starving and homeless. If something happens to me, it'll be yours and your daughter's fault. Do you really want that on your conscience?
Don't worry, Maggie. You'll be fine. If you can't get by on your own as a woman, I think the solution's actually staring you right in the face.
Huh?
A sex change. Medical technology is very advanced these days, Maggie. Advanced, I tell ya.
Oh, do not screw me around. You better not block me. I'll never forgive you. Are you there? Edith!
Later on, my ex-mother-in-law attempted a full frontal assault on our house. Although she didn't get in and eventually gave up and went home when we completely ignored her, we decided it simply wasn't safe for us to continue living there if it meant our whereabouts were being known by such an unhinged lunatic, which is why we decided to move house. This was 2 years ago, and we haven't had any problems since. According to my mom's sources, her worst fears came true. My ex-mother-in-law was indeed given her marching orders by her new daughter-in-law, the ruler of the roost. Word is that she's currently spending her days living alone in a cramped, moldy apartment with a severe cockroach infestation, eating away at her savings and crying herself to sleep. It looks like my ex-husband made a serious miscalculation in choosing a new wife. She's unemployed, doesn't help out with the housework, and her hobbies consist mostly of drinking, gambling, spending his money, and, wait for it, having affairs. To make matters worse for poor Graham, she's super domineering. She not only forces him to work obscene amounts of overtime, but then he has to do all the housework when he gets home. I did once get a desperate message begging me to take him back, replete with groveling apologies and love hearts, but of course, I ignored it. Right now, I'm living happily with my son and daughter with the support of my parents, who are the kindest people I know. One thing's for sure, life's a lot more peaceful than it was when the terrible two were around.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.